cold, deep expanse of space seldom yields its secrets easily. But on this day, a revelation was about to unfold that would stagger the minds of the Zaltraxian explorers, an advanced species known for their insatiable curiosity and their sprawling empire among the stars. Captain Zelvar maneuvered the sleek, star-shaped Zaltraxian vessel, the Voyager, through the uncharted system at the edge of the Milky Way. The system was recorded in no empire's maps, spoken of in no trader's tales, and feared in no warrior's stories. It was a place forgotten by the galaxy, or perhaps it had chosen to forget itself. "Sir, the sensors are picking up something massive," announced Lixta, the ship's chief sensor officer. She adjusted the display, enhancing the resolution. The image that materialized made everyone on the bridge pause. A colossal fleet of spaceships, unlike anything the Zaltraxians had ever seen. "These aren't just any ruins. These ships, they're human," Lixta added, with a mixture of awe and confusion. Humanity was known to the galaxy, ingenious but erratic, capable of both profound creation and unspeakable destruction. But their existence at the fringe of Zaltraxian explored space was perplexing. The fleet, comprising hundreds of vessels, lay dormant, encased in the icy embrace of a nebula that shimmered like a celestial ghost. "Prepare a scouting party. I want a closer look at these designs. There's genius in these structures, and perhaps secrets that could advance our own technology," Captain Zelvar ordered, his voice tinged with the excitement of a discoverer about to tread upon virgin soil. The scout ships detached from the Voyager and approached the ancient human armada. As they neared, the scale of the ships became apparent. The smallest was easily the size of a Zaltraxian cruiser, while the largest dwarfed the Voyager itself. The designs were unlike the streamlined and efficient shapes favored by the Zaltraxians. These ships bore the marks of a philosophy that prized adaptability and ruggedness. Every vessel seemed uniquely crafted, each a testament to a specific purpose, whether war, exploration, or perhaps something more esoteric. The scouts landed on what appeared to be the flagship, a massive dreadnought with the faded insignias of a forgotten human faction. Inside, the air was stale but breathable, an engineering miracle in itself. The halls were lined with frozen displays and dormant machines, their purposes obscured by time. "We are walking through a museum of human achievement, a gallery of their dreams," whispered Ensign Vilra, her voice filled with reverence. As they delved deeper, they stumbled upon the central command room. The walls were adorned with star maps and ancient digital logs, waiting like time capsules to be unearthed. Captain Zelvar approached the main console, dusted off the surface, and initiated the power sequence. Surprisingly, the system hummed to life, its screens flickering with cryptic data. "The level of preservation here is extraordinary. These humans knew their fleet might be discovered long after they were gone," Lixta observed, scanning the room with her device. The data revealed that the fleet was not merely a military or exploratory force, but a grand project known as the Ark Initiative. It was designed to serve as a seed of human civilization elsewhere, away from the perils that once threatened their existence on Earth. "This changes everything," Captain Zelvar muttered. "Not only did they strive to survive, they planned to thrive." Just then, an alarm blared. Their presence had triggered a security protocol. Doors sealed shut, and systems previously dormant sprang to life. They were trapped, but amidst the greatest technological trove they had ever encountered. As the chapter of their unexpected entrapment began, the Zaltraxians faced the dual thrill and threat of unlocking human secrets that were designed to outlast the stars themselves. On the bridge of the Voyager, tension simmered as reports of the trapped scouting party streamed in. Despite the potential danger, Captain Zelvar's eyes gleamed with the prospect of untold knowledge lurking within the human fleet. He ordered the rest of the crew to maintain a vigilant standby while he coordinated a rescue and extraction plan. Inside the flagship, the scouting party grappled with their new reality. The air thickened with the electricity of ancient systems reawakening after centuries of slumber. Walls hummed and lights flickered to life, casting long shadows that danced across the cold metal interiors. "Focus on accessing the main database," There must be a way to override these security measures, Zelvar commanded over their communicators. Lixita, her fingers dancing swiftly over the alien interface, found herself marveling at the complexity and elegance of human coding languages. She bypassed one firewall after another, delving deeper into the digital heart of the ship. With a triumphant beep, she accessed a heavily encrypted file labeled simply as Project Genesis. The security protocols are part of an automated defense system tied to an AI. It seems to be assessing us, she explained, her voice a mix of excitement and caution. As they absorbed the gravity of her discovery, the room was suddenly filled with a holographic projection. It was an AI, its form a luminescent, abstract representation of a human. Its voice resonated through the command room, calm, yet undeniably commanding. Unauthorized access detected. Initiating visitor assessment protocol. State your intentions. We are explorers, not conquerors, Captain Zelvar responded firmly, stepping forward. We wish to learn and understand, not to plunder. The AI paused, processing his words. Your actions align with your stated intentions. Access granted to Project Genesis overview. The walls of the room transformed into screens displaying scenes of Earth in turmoil, cities crumbling, oceans rising, and skies darkening. It was a stark portrayal of a civilization on the brink of collapse. Project Genesis was conceived as a last-ditch effort to preserve the essence of human civilization, the AI narrated. These ships carry the seeds of human culture, knowledge, and potential for rebirth on distant worlds. The team listened, rapt, as the AI detailed the various aspects of the project, from the genetic vaults containing DNA samples of Earth's biodiversity to archives of human art and literature. It was a poignant reminder of the fragility of civilization and the lengths to which humanity had gone to save theirs. As the presentation concluded, the doors suddenly unlocked, the AI apparently satisfied with their non-hostile intentions. You are free to explore. However, be warned, certain sectors are protected under higher security protocols due to their sensitive nature, the AI advised, its form fading from view. With new areas now accessible, the team ventured deeper into the dreadnought. They discovered laboratories filled with experimental technology, hydroponic gardens that still bore fruit, and even a nursery meant for the children who would grow up on these ships, knowing nothing of Earth except what was stored in digital tutors. Their exploration, however, was not just about understanding human ingenuity, but also about reflecting on their own culture and the possibilities for their future. The Ark was not just a relic of survival, it was a beacon of hope, showing that even in the face of annihilation, creativity and foresight could prevail. As they prepared to relay their findings back to the Voyager, the scouting party realized they had uncovered just the surface of what the Ark Initiative had to offer. Each corridor and compartment held layers of history and mystery, beckoning them to delve further and learn more about the resilience and vision of the human spirit. Back on the Voyager, Captain Zelvar monitored the progress of the scouting team with keen interest. The information flowing in from the flagship was not only fascinating, but potentially transformative for the Zaltraxian understanding of interstellar survival and colonization. Meanwhile, inside the flagship, the team ventured towards the engineering bay, guided by the ship's layout archived in the AI's database. As they moved through the massive doors, they were met with an awe-inspiring sight, an engine room of unprecedented scale and complexity designed to power the entire fleet across galaxies. "Look at this technology," whispered Ensign Vilra, her eyes wide as she traced the lines of cold fusion reactors and quantum stabilizers, technologies that the Zaltraxians had theorized but never realized. Their engineers were true vision and pioneers. In a corner of the engine room, Lixta discovered a series of what appeared to be personal logs, recorded by the chief engineer of the Ark. She activated one, and the hologram of a middle-aged human flickered to life. His voice was tinged with both pride and sorrow as he spoke of the challenges they had faced in creating a fleet that could outlive their planet. These logs could provide invaluable insights into their design philosophy and possibly even detailed schematics of these systems, Lixta noted, downloading the data for further analysis. As the team absorbed the technical wonders of the engine room, an unexpected alert sounded from Lixta's device. The signal originated from what was marked on the map as a restricted area, heavily shielded and separate from the main sections of the ship. With cautious steps and heightened curiosity, they approached the restricted zone. The doors were sealed with a security system far more advanced than any they had encountered so far. It took Lixta several tense minutes to bypass the encryption. As the doors slid open, they were not met with more technology or archives, but rather a vast, dimly lit hall filled with stasis pods. Each pod held a human, suspended in a timeless sleep. The sight was haunting, a ghostly reminder of those who had once walked these halls. "This must be part of the contingency plan of the Ark Initiative," speculated Captain Zelvar over the communicator. "Preserving not just their knowledge and culture, but their very people." Moving through the rows, they came to a central control panel that oversaw the operations of the stasis chamber. It detailed the status of each occupant, the intended duration of their stasis, and their roles within the projected new society. Scientists, engineers, artists, and leaders, all poised to awaken in a new world. "This is more than a fleet. It's a seed vault for an entire civilization," said Vilra, her voice a mixture of reverence and unease. The discovery raised moral and ethical questions. What were the implications of reviving this population? What rights and responsibilities did the Zaltraxians have towards these preserved lives? As they debated their next steps, the AI reappeared, its voice now carrying a note of caution. "You have accessed a highly sensitive area. The revival protocols are not just technical. They are bound by the deepest ethics of human culture. Proceed with respect for those who sought to outlive their world." The team agreed to seal the chamber once more, leaving the sleepers undisturbed for now. They returned to the Voyager to report their findings and to discuss the broader implications of their discovery with their superiors. What began as a mission of exploration had quickly morphed into a complex web of technological marvels, ethical dilemmas, and the stark realization of the profound loneliness and hope embedded in the human effort to persist beyond the end of their world. As they relayed their experiences back to their command, they knew that the decisions made in the coming days would reverberate through the ages. The conference room aboard the Voyager hummed with the low murmur of voices as Zaltraxian leaders and scientists, summoned from across the Empire, gathered to discuss the ramifications of the Ark Initiative discovery. Captain Zelvar presided over the meeting, the weight of their discovery lending a grave tone to his usual charismatic demeanor. "Let us first address the technological and cultural wealth aboard these vessels," Zelvar began, signaling Lixta to display the holographic images of the Ark's blueprints and artifacts. "What we have here could significantly leap our understanding and capabilities." A senior scientist, Helixit, raised a hand, drawing the room's attention. "While the technological gains are undeniable, we must consider the ethical implications. These humans intended to preserve not just artifacts but lives. Any technology we extract must honor that intent." The debate shifted as military strategists voiced their concerns. "These ships are not just relics. They're potentially powerful weapons. We need to consider the security implications if others discover this fleet." Zelvar nodded, acknowledging their points. "True, the strategic value cannot be overlooked. However, activating such weaponry without understanding its full capability could pose significant risks." As the discussions continued, a cultural anthropologist, Dr. Yilna, steered the conversation towards the stasis pods. "These people are not mere passengers. They are bearers of a culture and history that believed it had no future. If we awaken them, are we prepared to integrate them into our society, or aid in the establishment of theirs?" This question hung heavy in the air. The room fell silent, contemplating the lives held in suspension, each with hopes for a new beginning that had never materialized. Zelvar then proposed a phased approach. First, we further analyzed the data and technology. Meanwhile, set up a guarded perimeter around this fleet. We protect it from external threats and from our own potential for exploitation. "Regarding the stasis pods," he continued, "we need a specialized ethics committee to explore the ramifications and prepare for any decision regarding the revival of the human occupants." The leaders agreed, and the meeting concluded with teams assigned to delve deeper into the technological aspects, while diplomats and ethicists began crafting policies for potential human interaction. Back in the Ark's flagship, Lixta and her team continued their exploration under new directives. They focused on the non-intrusive study of the ship's systems and archives, aiming to build a comprehensive picture of the human technological and cultural landscape without compromising the integrity of the stasis pods. In one of the lower decks, Lixta uncovered an interactive archive designed as an educational tool for future generations. It was filled with lessons on human history, philosophy, and ethics, all prepared by the last of Earth's educators. These teachings, Lixta mused aloud, they're not just academic, they're a window into the soul of a civilization. As they interacted with the lessons, they began to see the humans not just as subjects of study, but as potential peers and equals. The archive offered insights into the resilience of the human spirit, their mistakes, their triumphs, and their ceaseless quest for meaning and continuity. Back on the Voyager, the data and experiences gathered were compiled into a comprehensive report. Captain Zelvar reviewed it personally, each page a testament to the complexity of their discovery. He knew that the decisions they made next would not just shape the future of the Zaltraxian Empire, but could potentially resurrect a civilization that had chosen to defy its own end. In the solitude of the Voyager's command center, Captain Zelvar studied the stars, reflecting on the profound discussions of the recent council. His thoughts were interrupted by an urgent communication from the Ethics Committee, who requested his immediate presence at their meeting. Upon arriving, he found the committee in heated debate. Dr. Yilna was presenting a new perspective. We've studied the educational archives and the personal logs extensively. These humans were preparing not just to survive, but to coexist. They anticipated meeting other civilizations. Perhaps it's destiny that we are the ones they've met. The implications of her words rippled through the room. If we choose to revive them, it must be a gesture of peace and collaboration, not merely scientific curiosity, she concluded. Zelvar nodded, feeling the weight of each decision. Have we considered the practical aspects of such an undertaking? The revival process itself, the cultural integration, the diplomatic relations? A medical expert, Trensar, chimed in. The stasis technology is sophisticated but not beyond our understanding. We believe revival is possible, but it would require careful physiological and psychological monitoring. The military advisor, General Vix, raised a strategic concern. We must also consider the defense of the Ark fleet. Awakening this civilization makes it a target for less scrupulousness. Acknowledging the general's point, Zelvar proposed, then we must fortify this sector. Make it clear that the Zaltraxian Empire stands as guardian, not captor of this fleet. The meeting concluded with a plan to begin simulations of the revival process, starting with a single pod, a test to ensure the safety and viability of awakening the entire group. As weeks turned into months, the Zaltraxian scientists worked tirelessly alongside AI simulations and medical experts to perfect the revival protocol. The selected pod belonged to a scientist named Elena Maris, who, according to her file, was a key figure in the Ark initiative. The day of the test arrived and tension saturated the revival chamber. Observers from across the fleet, along with key Zaltraxian leaders, watched as the medical team initiated the revival sequence. The stasis pod hissed softly as it began to open, and a collective breath was held. Elena's eyes fluttered open. Confusion etched across her features as she slowly took in her surroundings. The medical team was ready with explanations and support, easing her transition from the past world to this unforeseen future. "Where am I?" she asked, her voice hoarse but steady. "You're aboard your Ark ship under the care of the Zaltraxian Empire. We've discovered your fleet and wish to help you and your people find a new beginning," explained Dr. Yilna gently. Elena took a moment to process this. "My people, are they safe?" "All in stasis are stable. We awakened you first to ensure the safety of the process," Dr. Yilna reassured her. Over the next few days, Elena was briefed on the state of the galaxy, the history of the Zaltraxians, and the events leading up to her awakening. With each passing hour, She regained her strength and purpose, determined to act as a bridge between her people and their unexpected benefactors. Realizing the success of the test, Captain Zelvar approved the gradual awakening of more humans, fostering dialogues between the two species. Each awakening was a step toward a grander vision, a shared future. Meanwhile, word of the Zaltraxians' discovery and their ethical handling of the Ark initiative began to spread across the galaxy. Other civilizations watched with keen interest, some skeptical, others hopeful. The Zaltraxians' approach set a precedent for interspecies relations and their role in the galactic community. As more humans were revived, stories of Earth and dreams of its rebirth intermingled with Zaltraxian ideals of progress and unity. Together they began to draft the blueprint of a new society, a fusion of worlds and wisdoms, a testament to the enduring spirit of collaboration and curiosity. As the revival process continued, the interactions between the Zaltraxians and the newly awakened humans flourished into a dynamic exchange of ideas, culture, and technology. Captain Zelvar, alongside Elena Maris, now acted as co-ambassadors, symbolizing the burgeoning partnership between their civilizations. On the diplomatic front, a Grand Council was established with representatives from both species. The Council's first objective was to draft a treaty of coexistence and mutual defense. The treaty outlined the rights of the humans as sovereign entities and established their role within the Zaltraxian dominion, not as subjects, but as partners. "We stand at the threshold of unprecedented unity," Zelvar proclaimed during the Council's inaugural session. "Here, we forge not merely a pact of convenience, but a commitment to shared destiny." In the scientific community, joint teams were formed to delve deeper into the technologies and knowledge preserved within the Ark. Human engineers, reinvigorated by the opportunity to apply their ancestral expertise, worked alongside Zaltraxian scientists to innovate energy systems and life support technologies. Their collaboration led to breakthroughs in sustainable energy production, harnessing the unique properties of quantum fusion that the humans had only theorized about. Meanwhile, cultural integration programs were initiated to help humans adapt to the broader galaxy. These programs were designed to be reciprocal. Zaltraxians also took courses on human history and culture, fascinated by the artistic and philosophical contributions that had survived Earth's demise. The more we learn about each other, the more we find that our differences are not so vast, Elena told a gathering of human and Zaltraxian students during a lecture at the newly established Cultural Exchange Institute. As part of rebuilding human society, the Ark's genetic and botanical archives were used to initiate terraforming projects on suitable uninhabited planets. These new worlds were seen not just as habitats, but as cultural preserves, where human civilization could thrive anew, safeguarded by their Zaltraxian allies. However, not all was seamless in this grand experiment. Some factions within both communities harbored distrust and fear. Rumors of human insurrection and Zaltraxian imperial agendas simmered, threatening the fragile peace. Addressing these concerns, Zelvar and Elena organized a series of public forums where grievances were aired and resolutions sought openly. "It's essential that we address these fears," Elena urged in one heated debate. "We must be vigilant against the divisions of the past haunting our future." Amid these complex dynamics, a celebration was planned to mark the first anniversary of the human revival, a symbol of their resilience and hope. The event was broadcast across the galaxy, showcasing the achievements and potential of this unique alliance. Speeches were given, traditional human and Zaltraxian music filled the air, and stories from Earth were shared alongside visions of the future. In his address to the gathered crowd, Captain Zelvar reflected on the journey they had embarked upon. "Today we celebrate not the triumph of one over another, but the union of two distinct lights into a brighter future. Let this day be remembered not for the distance we have covered, but for the path we choose to walk together." As the celebrations concluded, the stars above seemed to echo the sentiments of unity and hope. The foundations laid during this year were just the beginning. Ahead lay the challenge of building upon these foundations, nurturing the seeds of a shared future into a lasting legacy. The Ark Initiative, once a desperate bid for survival, had blossomed into a beacon of interstellar cooperation and peace. The final image of the celebration, with human and Zaltraxian flags intertwined under the galaxy's gaze, symbolized not an end, but a promising continuation of their collective story.